Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are continuing with our question solving series of CUET mathematics paper last year 2024 question paper. So we have already discussed up to question number 36. So without any delay, let's start with question number 37. Number 37. Okay, so in question number 37 you have sine of y equals to this, and then you need to find dy over dx. Okay, so what do we do here? First we find dx over dy. So first we take sine y over sine a plus y equals to x, right? So we have the x in terms of y, and then we differentiate both sides with respect to y. So you get dx over dy, and then you have to apply quotient rule here, right? So what is quotient rule? You have to first differentiate the numerator. So then derivative of sine y is cos y, and then sine of a plus y as it is, minus, then you have derivative of sine a plus y, which is cos y, cos a plus y, and then sine y as it is. Okay, so sine y divided by the square of denominator, so that will be sine square a plus y, right? So in the numerator you have sine of a cos b minus cos of a sine b, and what is it? It is just sine of a minus b, so it is sine of a plus y minus y, and then divided by sine square of a plus y, right? Y cancels out, so then you have sine a over sine square a plus y, right? Okay, so if this is dx over dy, then we need to find the value of dy over dx. So that will be just the reciprocal of this thing. So sine square a plus y divided by sine a. So sine square a plus y by sine a. Option 4, it should be the correct answer for this question, right? Let's move to question number 38. The unit vector perpendicular to each of these, a plus b and a minus b. So first you have to find a plus b. What is a plus b? You have a vector, you have b vector. Just add these two. So a plus b will be I plus I, that will be 2i. J plus 2j, that will be 3j, plus k plus 3k, that will be 4k, right? So you have a plus b. Now what will be a minus b? Then you have to subtract. So do you have 0i? Then j minus 2j will be minus j, and then k minus 3k, you have minus 2k. Okay, and then you need to find a unit vector perpendicular to these two. So how do you find unit vector perpendicular to these two? So that is plus minus of a cross b, right? So instead of a cross b, this time you have a plus b and a minus b. So plus minus a cross b, a minus b, right? You have to cross these vectors. Okay, first you have ijk, then you have coefficients of a plus b, or the direction ratios of a plus b is 2 3 4. So put these here, 2 3 4 in the second row, and then you have the direction ratios of a minus b, 0 minus 1 and minus 2. So put them in the third row, 0 minus 1 minus 2, and then you need to find this vector, and then you have to make it a unit vector. Then you have to divide by magnitude. Okay, let's do this. So first, if I expand by I get minus 6 plus 4, then it is minus 2. So then you have minus 2 times I. Okay, so minus 2i. Then if I expand along this j, then these cancel out. You have minus 4 and then a minus j, so you get plus 4j, right? So then you have next component plus 4j, and then if you do by k, so you get minus 2. Okay, then you have minus 2k. Okay, so now what is the magnitude of this? The magnitude of this vector is square root of 2 square plus 4 square plus minus 2 square, which is 16 plus 4 plus 4, that is root of 24. Okay, so if I divide this by square root of 24, so square root of 24 is just 2 root 6. So if I divide by 2 root 6, what I will get is a unit vector, which is, so what is the unit vector? So unit vector is plus minus of 2 cancels out, so 1 over root 6i, then plus 2 cancels out, 2 over root 6j, then minus of 1 over root 6k. Okay, so then you have minus in the first and the third component, or in the middle of the component. So minus in the first and third component, yes, option 4, you have minus in the first and the third component, and then this is the unit vector. So option 4 must be the correct answer for this question, right? Let's move to question number 39. It says the distance between these two lines. Okay, just notice that these two lines are parallel because the ratio 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6, 6 upon 12, right? They are proportional, right? So these two vectors are parallel. So this vector and this vector are parallel. That means the lines are parallel, right? So here you have parallel lines. So these two lines are parallel, and what is the parallel vector? B vector. So it is 2i plus 3j plus 6k, right? So what is the distance between two parallel lines in 3D? So it is a2 minus a1 cross b divided by magnitude of b and then the modulus, right? So this is the formula. So first we need to find a2 minus a1. So here you have a2. So this is your a2 vector, and this is your a1 vector marked in blue, right? So this is a2 and a1. What is a2 minus a1? Just subtract these two. So then it will be a2 minus a1 is 3 minus 1, that is 2i, minus 2 cancels out, so 0j, and then 1 plus 3, 1 minus 3, that is minus 2k, right? So that is 2i minus 2k. Okay, now I have to cross this with b vector. So what is numerator? A2 minus a1 cross b, so that will be I, j, k, then the coefficients of a2 minus a1, 2, 0, minus 2, the direction ratios, and the direction ratios of b are 2, 3, and 6, right? So what is this? I times 6 minus j times 6 into 2, 12, plus 4, and then plus k times 3 into 2, 6 minus 0. Okay, so this is 6i minus 16j plus 6k, right? So we have to do the magnitude of this. What is the magnitude of this vector? So this is square root of 6 square plus minus 16 square plus 6 square. So 6 square is 36. And then you have to divide by magnitude of b also. So what is the magnitude of b? It is 2 square, 3 square, 6 square. So let's find out what is this. 6 square is just 36 plus 3 square is 9, 2 square is 4. So this becomes root 49, which is 7. So the denominator should be 7, okay? And what about numerator? So it is 36 plus 36 plus 256. So 36 plus 36 is 72. 72 plus 256 is square root of 328, right? So it should be 328 divided by 7, which is option 3. So option 3 is the correct answer for this question. I hope these calculations are clear to you. Okay, so let's move to question number 40. What is question number 40? So you have f of x equals to this. Okay, what if I multiply 2 here? So this function becomes 2 times tan inverse of e to the power x minus pi by 2, right? Okay, so if I do tan inverse e to the power x plus tan inverse e to the power x, because 2 times tan inverse e to the x is this thing. So I know that 90 minus tan inverse is cot inverse, right? So I know tan inverse theta plus cot inverse theta equals to pi by 2, right? So what about tan inverse of theta minus pi by 2? So that will give you minus cot inverse theta, okay? So we know this fact. So using this fact in our function f of x, so I'll use this fact here. So what is tan inverse of e to the power x minus 90? So this will be tan inverse of e to the x plus minus cot inverse of e to the x, right? So this is our function, tan inverse of e to the x minus cot inverse of e to the x. Okay, next he's asking you about how is this function. So is it increasing function or is it a decreasing function? So increasing, decreasing, how do we find it? Using derivative. If the derivative is positive, it is increasing, derivative is negative, it is decreasing. So let's find the derivative of this function. What is f dash x? So what is the derivative of tan inverse theta? It is 1 over theta square, okay? And then the derivative of e to the power x, using chain rule, it will be e to the power x, right? And what is the derivative of cot inverse? It is minus times, but a minus is already out there, so it will be again plus e to the power x upon 1 plus e to the power 2x, right? So this finally becomes 2 e to the x upon 1 plus e to the power 2x, right? But the exponential is always positive, right? So these two things are positive, so the derivative is always positive. So it should be strictly increasing, right? So it should be strictly increasing, so the decreasing options are incorrect. So option 2, option 4, they are incorrect because the derivative is strictly increasing, as the exponential is always positive. So the derivative is increasing. Now you have to figure out if it is an odd function or an even function. How do we figure out? We find out f of minus x. So that will be tan inverse of e to the minus x minus cot inverse of e to the minus x, right? Now what is tan inverse of e to the minus x? It is cot inverse of e to the x, right? And then what is cot inverse of e to the minus x? Okay, it should be cot inverse. What is cot inverse of e to the minus x? It should be tan inverse of e to the minus x, okay? But this is negative of tan inverse of e to the minus x minus cot inverse of e to the tan inverse of e to the, so it is nothing but the negative of tan inverse of e to the x minus cot inverse of e to the x, right? And this is minus of f of x. So if fx equals to minus fx, then the function is odd. So the function is odd, it is not even. So here option 3 must be the correct answer, right? I hope this solution is clear to you. Okay, let's jump to next question, question number 41 for the differential equation. Okay, this is your differential equation. So he's asking you to find degree. So you have here dy by dx. What is dy over dx? It is nothing but log x minus y divided by x times log x, right? Or you can distribute. So it becomes 1 by x minus y over x log x. Okay, so what is the degree? Degree is 1. This is a degree 1 differential equation because here the first derivative is present and its power is 1. So order 1, degree 1, right? The homogeneous differential equation, no, it is not homogeneous. So option B is incorrect. How do we determine if it is homogeneous or not? So if you replace x by lambda x and y by lambda y, the lambda i's should cancel, right? So here if you put lambda x here, so lambda will not cancel out, right? It will remain there. Okay, so it is not homogeneous. Now he's asking you to find solution. So this is a linear differential equation. So let's write it in the form of linear differential equation. So this is the standard form of linear differential equation, right? So what is p here? P is 1 over x log x. And what is q here? 1 over x. So if we need to find integrating factor, it is e to the power p dx. So e to the power 1 over x log x dx. So here if I put log of x, right? Here if I put log x equals to t, then 1 over x will get dt. So then you will have e to the power log of log x This is the integrating factor, which is log x, right? So the integrating factor here is just log x. Okay. So if integrating factor is log x, how do you find solution? So solution is y times log x, y times integrating factor equals to integration of q times integrating factor, right? So q is 1 over x. So let's write q is 1 over x into log x dx, right? Okay, again, I have to put log x as t here on the right side, because if I put log x equals to t, so what I get? Then 1 over x dx is dt. So I get t dt, right? Where t is log x. So let me write log x equals to t here. Okay, so this is the substitution I used. Then y log x equals to t square over 2, right? Integration of t is just t square over 2. But instead of t, I should use log x over 2 plus c, right? So then you can shift 2 on the left side. So you get 2y log x is 2y log x plus a. And then you have log x square, right, on the right side. The log x square on the right side, yeah, this option is correct. Option C, option D is incorrect. So here, two statements are correct, option A and C. So option 1 is correct answer for this question, right? So only two statements out of the 4 are correct. Okay, let's talk about question number 42. There are two bags. Bag 1 has 4 white and 6 black. Bag 2 has 5 white, 5 black. Okay, so if a die is rolled, it shows number divisible by 3. The ball is drawn from bag 1. Okay, so let's make a solution. So bag 1, bag 2. So bag 1 has 4 white and 6 black. Bag 2 has 5 white and 5 black. So what is the probability of picking the bag 1? So the number is divisible by 3. How many numbers are divisible by 3 if a die is rolled? So you have just two favorable outcomes out of 6, 3 and 6. Else a ball is drawn from bag 2. So else means out of rest of the 4 outcomes belongs to bag 2. Okay. If the ball drawn is not black in color, okay. So he wants not black. Not black means white, right? So if the ball is white in color, what is the probability that it was not drawn from bag 2? So if it is not drawn from bag 2, he's asking what is the probability it is from bag 1, right? So you need the probability of white ball drawn from bag 1. Is the question clear now? Yes. So what is the probability of white ball here? Probability of white ball is just 4 out of 10. And what is the probability of white ball here? It is just 5 out of 10, right? So what is the total probability using Bayes theorem? So what is the total probability? It is 2 by 6 into 4 by 10 and then 4 by 6 into 5 by 10, right? Because you can pick white ball from this bag also and from this bag also, right? So then you have 2 by 6 into 4 by 10 plus 4 by 6 into 5 by 10, right? So 2 by 6 into 4 by 10, either this is the probability of white ball, or 4 by 6 into 5 by 10, either this is the probability of white ball. But now what do you want? You want the probability of getting a white ball from bag 1, right? So bag 1. So bag 1 ki probability is this thing. So this is 2 by 6 into 4 by 10. So finally you get the answer 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 20. So 8 over 28. So if you cancel out 8 over 28, you get 2 by 7, right? So option 3 must be the correct answer for this question, right? So this is a classic application of Bayes theorem here. Next, move to question number 43. Which of the following cannot be the direction ratios? So what are the direction ratios? Okay, first we have to convert it into standard form. What is the standard form? So the coefficient of y should be 1 here. Z, yes, the coefficient of z is already 1. Coefficient of x is already 1. So the coefficient of y needs to be changed here. So x minus 3 upon 2 equals to y minus 2 upon minus 3, and then z plus 4 upon minus 1. Now this is in the standard form. And what are the direction ratios of the line? 2, minus 3, minus 1, right? So 2 minus 3 minus 1, yes, this is a direction ratio. The negative of this is also a direction ratio, or any multiple, right? So what are the direction ratios of this line? So k times 2 minus 3 minus 1, right? Where k can be any number. So 2 minus 3 minus 1, yes. What if I put k equals to minus 1? I get the second one, right? So second one is also correct. This can be direction ratios if I put k equals to minus 1. Then if I put k equals to 3, what I get? I get option number 4, right? So this can never be the direction ratio. So option 3 must be the correct answer for this question, right? He's asking you which of the following is not. So third one is not or can never be the direction ratios, right? Let's move to question 44, easy question. So you are given constraints, x plus y is greater than or equal to 10. So what is this? This is just a line. X plus y is greater than or equals to 10. So you have the intercepts as 10, 10. So you can write in intercept form x by 10 plus y by 10 equals to 1. And if it says greater than or equal to, right? Greater than or equal to means the shading is on the right side. So here the shading is on the right side. Okay. Okay. Next, move to next line. So 2x plus 2y is 25. So x plus y is less than or equal to 25 by 2, right? Or you can write x upon 25 by 2, which is 12.5. So I should write 12.5 plus y upon 12.5. It should be less than or equal to 1, right? Okay, so 12.5, 12.5, I have the coordinates, 12.5 here, 12.5 here. Let's connect these two lines. Okay, so these are two parallel lines. Okay, it says less than or equal to. Less than or equal to means 0, 0 satisfy this. So the shading is towards the origin. So I get this parallel region, right? Inside the first quadrant, because x is positive and y is positive. So I have to shade within the first quadrant. So this is the shading region or the common region for these two inequalities. So I got the feasible region as this thing. So what is the correct answer? Yes, option 3. This is the same region as we draw, right? So option 3 is the correct answer for this question. I hope this is clear to all of you, because let's move to question number 45. Again, an easy question from relations. So he's giving a relation on all straight lines. And what is the relation? If they are parallel. So a line is parallel to itself, yes. So it is reflexive, because L1 is parallel to L1. So it is reflexive, right? Easy. If L1 is parallel to L2, I can write L2 is parallel to L1. So it is symmetric also, right? So it is reflexive, symmetric, easy. Now if L1 is parallel to L2 and L2 is parallel to L3, I can straight away say L1 is parallel to L3, right? Transitive property is also already there. So this relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive also. So if the relation is all three of them, how do we write this? This is a equivalence relation. Easy question. Option 2 is the correct answer, right? Let's move to question number 46 then. What is the probability of not getting 53 Tuesdays? Okay, what is the probability of not getting 53 Tuesdays in a leap year? So in a leap year, you have 52 complete weeks, right? So you have 52 weeks plus 2 odd days, right? 2 extra days. So 52 weeks plus 2 days. Now these 2 days can be either Sunday, Monday, or the Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, or the Saturday, Sunday, right? These are only 7 possibilities. Now not get an extra Tuesday. Now, where in these outcomes where I'm not getting an extra Tuesday, here you have Monday, Tuesday, no, I don't need this. Yes, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have 5 favorable outcomes out of 7. So 5 by 7 is the correct answer for this question, right? So easy, making sample space and getting unfavorable outcomes. Okay, so in question number 47, he's asking you to find the angle between the two lines whose direction ratios are proportional to this. Okay, we are given a vector equals I plus I minus 2j, and what are the direction ratios of b vector? So these are already given, right? So a vector and b vector, they're already given. We need to find the angle. Okay, how do we find the angle? Angle formula is a dot b equals to modulus or magnitude of a, magnitude of b, cos theta, where theta is the angle between them, right? So first we find out a dot b. What is a dot b? So a dot b is 1 into root 3 minus 1, right? First component multiplied with the first component, then second component multiplied with the second component. Then you have 1 times, add 1 times minus root 3 minus 1, and then you have minus 2 multiplied by minus 4, which is 8, right? So plus 8. So what is a dot b here? So root 3 minus 1 and root 3 cancel out. So minus 1 and minus 1, you get minus 2. So you get 8 minus 2, which is 6. So a dot b is 6. On the left side, you have 6. What is magnitude of a? So magnitude of a is just square root of, okay, so it is just square root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 4, which is 6, square root of 6. So magnitude of a is square root of 6. What is magnitude of b? We need to find magnitude of b. So magnitude of b is just square root of root 3 minus 1 square plus minus root 3 minus 1 square plus 4 square, which is 16. And then you have a square plus b square minus 2ab, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So plus 2ab cancels out. So then you'll be getting plus 4 and plus 4. So that way you'll get root 24, right? So root 24 is this, and then you have cos theta. Okay. So theta equals, so this cancels out, square root of 6. And what is square root of 6 by square root of 24? It is 1 by 4 with the square root, which is 1 by 2. So cos theta is 1 by 2. When is cos theta half? At 60 degrees, which is pi by 3. So option 1 is the correct answer for this question, right? So I hope this question is clear. Let's jump to question number 48. Here you have a minus b dot a plus b. So what is this? This is a dot a minus b dot b, right? And this is given as 27. So what is a dot a? It is magnitude of a square. What is b dot b? It is magnitude of b square. It is 27. You need to find magnitude of b. Okay, but magnitude of a is 2 times magnitude of b. So you can plug it here, and then you can write 2 times magnitude of b whole square minus magnitude of b square equals to 27. So that becomes 3 times magnitude of b square equals to 27. Then that means magnitude of b square is just 9, and then magnitude of b is 3. So option 1 is the correct answer for this question. Okay, moving on to question number 49. It says tan inverse of something is cot inverse of something, okay? So how can we write cot inverse in terms of tan inverse? So we have to reciprocate the argument. So then it will be 3 to the power x plus 1 divided by 3, right? And then I can compare these two. So tan inverse of something equals to tan inverse of something. So I can compare the arguments, and I can write, so 2 upon 3 to the power minus x plus 1 equals to 3 to the power x plus 1 divided by 3, right? So 3 to the power minus x, I can write this as 1 upon 3 to the power x, right? And then I can take the LCM and simplify this. So after simplification, what I'll get? So 2 upon 1 by 3 to the power x plus 1 equals to 3 to the power x plus 1 divided by 3, right? So that way you'll get 2 times 3 to the power x upon 3 to the power x plus 1 equals to 3 to the power x plus 1 divided by 3. Okay, so what if I put 3 to the power x as t? So if I put So now what if I put 3 to the power x as t? So if I put 3 to the power x as t, I'll have an equation which is 2t upon t plus 1 equals t plus 1 upon 3. Okay. So which means 3 into 2 60 equals to t plus 1 whole square, which is t square plus 1 plus 2t. So this quadratic equation is, so t square plus 1 minus 4t equals to 0. Okay. Now this quadratic equation, we have to find how many solutions are there. So if this quadratic equations have two solutions, we are done. So it says no real value, so it means no solution. It says one positive, one negative solution. It says two solutions, it said two real negative solutions. Okay, so we have also to tell that the solutions are negative or positive. Okay, so let's get started. So using the discriminant formula, what is t? So it is minus of b plus minus square root of b square, which is 16 minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so in that way you will get t as 4 plus minus, so what is square root of 12? It is 2 root 3. 2 root 3 divided by 2. Okay, so when you divide by 2, you get 2 plus minus root 3. But t was actually 3 to the power x. Okay, so if t is 3 to the power x, so that means 3 to the power x is, so root 3 is approximately 1.57. So it is 3.57, or you can write 3 to the power x as 2 minus 1.57 is approximately 0.43, which is less than 1. Okay, so if 3 to the power x is less than 1, that means x has to be a negative number. So this implies x as a, so this implies x is less than 0. And what does this mean? This is greater than 3, right? So if this is greater than 3, that means x has to be greater than 1, right? So it means you have a positive solution. So you have one negative solution and one positive solution. So correct option is option number 2 for this question. So this question was a bit trickier, lengthy question, but yeah, we can always take help of the quadratic formula and the quadratic equations. Okay, let's jump to last question of this question paper, question number 50. What is this question? If A, B, C are three singular matrices, what do we mean by singular matrices? That means determinant has to be 0. So determinant of A, B, and C, they all are 0. Now, what is the determinant of this matrix? It is 2A minus 12, and that is 0. So that means A has to be 6. Okay, what is the determinant of B? So this is 6B, 3B into 2, minus 5 times A. This is also 0, but A is equals to 6. We can put here. So that means 6B minus 30 equals to 0. So that means B equals to 5. So you have A equals to 6, B equals to 5. So you can use this here. So if A equals to 6, B equals to 5, so then you have 11 plus C here, and you have 6 plus C here. Now what is the determinant of C? Determinant of C is nothing but 11 plus C into C minus C plus 1 into C plus 6, right? So you can actually evaluate this, and you'll get 11C, then plus C square minus C square will cancel out. Then you have minus 7C minus 6. So that is 4C minus 6, and this is also equals to 0. So that means C equals 6 by 4, which is 3 by 2. So finally you have these three values. C equals to 3 by 2, A equals to 6, B equals to 5. Now you have to find the value of ABC. He's asking you to find the value of ABC. What is A into B into C? So 6 into 5 into 3 by 2. So which is 30 into 1.5, 45. So the correct option for this question is C, 45, right? So we have solved all the 50 questions from this question paper. I hope these solutions make sense to you, and these videos are quite helpful to you. If you want more videos, so you can always like, subscribe, and comment down the video how do you like them. Okay, and we'll see you in the next video. So see you with more content. So stay tuned. Bye bye. Keep practicing.